We have some breaking news as a former NHL player has come out and supposedly revealed the truth behind William Nylanders' injury, and he had some crazy things to say, and Leafs fans are not going to like what is about to be said. So stay tuned for this. We uploaded earlier today kind of discussing the Nylander thing. It's looking like he's going to be out tonight. The game is in a couple hours, but we had to get this out as soon as possible for you all because Darius... almost like now the injury itself should be fine, but worst case scenario regarding how the injury occurred. And I'm just going to throw this up right here. Breaking from Jordan Schmaltz saying, "Okay, folks, here's what I'm hearing per sources regarding Willie Styles Nylander. It is believed to be an upper body ailment that he's dealing with as a result of a hit taken in Game 82. Not going to get into specifics or pretend to guess the full extent of the injury, but obviously it kept him out of Game 1 and very well could be the same for Game 2. Good news is his chin was skating at the morning twirl in a regular sweater. Leafs fans will see if he suits up tonight, but as a Toronto media reporter earlier, he was taking part of the scratches skate, which leads me to think he isn't going to play tonight. Again, let's see how the afternoon progresses for the high-flying Swede, the people's phone. Now, again, he's a former NHL Cup winner, I believe, as well. He kind of drops things like this from time to time, and I assume he wouldn't tweet this unless he definitely heard it from either someone who knows Nylander, someone within the organization, a former NHL player. Darius, Game 82 is when this happened from a hit. Seems to be an upper body ailment, maybe his back. This is not good in the sense of, wow, he shouldn't have played that game, I guess.
No, and I want to start by saying Schmaltz had, like you said, drops some pipe bombs from time to time, and I don't think he has any incentive to lie. So obviously he got this from somewhere. I'm sure the reporters who are in Boston, it's very tight-lipped and everything like that. But I think there's no incentive for this individual to lie. So I'm sure he knows something from somewhere. I think that's interesting. And again, like you said, worst case scenario, our worst fears were realized. He got this injury in the last game of the season that he shouldn't have been playing in, much like everyone else in that game. And I don't know if that's a Sheldon Keefe or even Brad Living problem. I think it's more of the NHL with the fact that you couldn't really call up guys. It's just weird, man, with the salary cap the way it is, and I guess it is kind of the Leafs' fault, but the entire league is right up against the cap, and they couldn't bring guys up for the last year. Obviously, they wanted Matthews to get to 70, which in hindsight looks like a bad idea considering there was an injury that took place. But worst case scenario here has been realized, and it looks like he's going to miss another game. I know people are hopeful. Oh, it's the playoffs. They might put him in game time decisions, stuff like that. He was skating with the scratches. He didn't take line rushes. This guy hasn't played since the last game of the season. It's a playoff game. You're going to get hit. You're going to get hit hard. It's going to be hard out there. If you're not ready to go and you're still feeling it, I don't even know. I'd rather somebody who's 100% be playing in his spot, even though William Nylander is a great talent. But with the intensity of the game, I don't think you can have him in there if he's going to be not even 100%. If he's not going to be able to move or be physical, I don't know if you can have him in there. And I think that's what they're looking at right now.
Yeah, very surprising news. And again, you can see the screenshot. I mean, yeah, he has no incentive to lie. This is probably the case. And they might reveal this tomorrow, now that it's kind of out there within the media. I'm wondering if the media will press Sheldon Keefe or whoever it is about this, considering this came out. But
this will be a talking point after the game.
If they end up not... If he ends up not playing again, or let's say they lose today and he's questionable for the next game, the injury comes serious. And if you missed our video earlier, we can go over some of the same things. You mentioned it. The lines seemingly are going to be the same. Bertuzzi, Matthews, Domi, Nyes, Tavares, Marner, all these things. And I guess a couple of updates since our video earlier today is that the power play line, Darius, you kind of predicted it. It's looking like it's going to be Tyler Bertuzzi taking Kylie Yarncroft's spot in the power play one, which is ideal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. You called it, so impressive work by you there.
I did see that online. I won't take credit right now, but
well, there you go. All the same, but we see again, Nylander was taking part in the morning skate. I guess worst case scenario would have been he is hurt severely in that game. It looks like the injury is not going to be anything crazy. And again, you can see the comments from earlier. We'll see how he feels here the rest of the day and make a decision. It's looking like as we get closer to puck drop, the decision will be that he isn't going to play. TJ Brody remains out. But again, you read this and it doesn't read well for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And to be honest, maybe this is why they're being so hesitant in saying what happened, because they don't want the backlash of the fact that he played in Game 82, and obviously they were pushing for Matthews. They played it like a normal game. Hindsight is unfortunate. It probably shouldn't have been done, but again, it's who you want to blame is up to you. Nylander wasn't pushing 60 or 70 goals. It was Austin Matthews, so they could have sat Nylander. But again, this could happen to any player on any given night. I don't know the exact hit that took place that caused this. I'm sure someone out there can go back through the footage and find it and find the hit where he kind of hurt his what's seeming like a back or an upper body injury. But he is going to be down for I mean, maybe he plays tonight. Who knows? But either way, this is not looking good for the Maple Leafs. It's just weird, strange, and I didn't think it was actually like a physical injury, but it seems like it is.
Yeah, it does seem like it is now at this point. And I think you can start to piece things together now with this information. And that's why, we recorded a video earlier and everything up until this point. I'm like, you know what, guys, it's all speculation. Let's just put it to bed. Like, we're not going to figure it out. This comes out. And then if you watch the videos from this morning, like, I don't want to speculate, but upper body injury, then you watch the videos, maybe it's his back. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Who knows? That is not a great injury to have. Like, if it's your arm or something, maybe you can fight through it, but your back, it affects your skating. It affects everything. And again, that's me just throwing it out there. I'm not saying I know something and nobody's actually said it's his back, but you can start to piece things together now with this information. And again, it's going to be a distraction, especially if he doesn't play tonight, because Keefe is going to get those questions after the game, win or lose. It's going to be a talking point. And again, other teammates are going to get the question. They've been the last 2 days. It's distracting. You should be asking the players about how they're going to readjust for the game. And they're not. They're talking about Nylanders. So it's a little bit of a distraction too, although it shouldn't be for the players, but it just is a storyline now taking a mind of its own. But yeah, it's just not a great situation. This is literally the worst. This is the worst case scenario. Actually, one of your best players and your second highest paying player going into next year is out after playing every game for the last 6 years in the playoffs, and it looks like he won't play again. Again, it's looking like he will not play. Like, it's not that it's looking like he will play or he might play. It's looking like he will not play again. So when does he come back? When is he feeling good enough to come back? It's playoff hockey. You got to play through things like that. So if he's not good enough to play, obviously it is something severe enough that's keeping him out. I think this whole thing is weird.
Very weird. I'm going to leave the screenshot up for a second just so you guys can all read this. There's, again, very weird, and this is a big distraction for the Leafs. I mean, I think just the fact that he got injured is a distraction. He hasn't missed a game in 6 years, like you mentioned, played all 82, and maybe that's why William Nylander played in game 82. Hindsight being hindsight, I highly doubt that he wanted to sit out, especially given this streak he had going of games played in a row. But this is always the risk that happens, and whether it's the NHL's fault is really up in the air. But now we have to pivot to puck drop in a couple of hours here, and hopefully, I mean, maybe we see him, maybe we don't, but they have been secretive for a reason. I'm assuming it's because of, A, they don't want to give the Boston Bruins any chances or any insight. Brad Living has made that very, very clear to Sheldon Keefe. And B, does not look good if you are the Toronto Maple Leafs front office, coaching staff, whatever it is, if this ends up being real, which, to be honest, I don't think he would reveal or say this if he wasn't almost 100% sure that this is the case. But I'm sure we'll come out with some more info and cover this tomorrow. Darius, any final thoughts or give me a quick score prediction before I wrap up, and then we'll wrap up.
Score prediction 5-2 Maple Leafs tonight, and they're going to tie the series 1-1. It's going to be a long series. Just enjoy the ride for what it is. And to go back to the Nylander thing, I think one thing you mentioned in there is true. I think the narrative around him and other players on the Leaf is sometimes that they're soft, right? I think Nylander as a hockey player wants to be in these games, and I'm sure if it was up to him, he would be in the games. But I'm sure the training staff is telling him there's a lot of play, man. It's playoffs. I'm sure that he wants to be in there, and I'm sure the training staff is holding him back for whatever reason. If it doesn't feel, a percentage good enough or whatever, you can't get in there. So, even some of the players were quoted as saying he was in better spirits today and stuff like that. I'm sure he's upset that he's not playing. So it's just a weird situation, and we don't know anything about it, and it's becoming a little bit of a distraction, but I think the Leafs will get over that, and they will tie the series tonight.
Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are. Leave your comments or your predictions in the comments below on what your thoughts are on this unfortunate bit of info. That'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you later.